Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. You know, I took my time off YouTube, but I took it to prepare all of this set. Now that I have a studio to film all my videos in, I no longer use my home kitchen to film videos, I use this set right here now. And now that I'm back, I'm just going to show you in this video how to make French baguettes. Let's get started. Okay you guys, so as you may know, there's many variations of French baguette. I'm using my version of it, which I really think is really simple and really good. So let's get started with the ingredients here. We've got some all-purpose flour, we've got some sugar, instant dry yeast, salt, and here we've got warm water. You don't want to use cold water so it doesn't activate the yeast, and you don't want to use hot water so the yeast doesn't die. And the recipe will be provided on my website, which is www.desserts-101.com. The link is going to be down in the description box down below. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the yeast and sugar in my water and stir it. Okay, you guys know that here I've got the warm water and the yeast and the sugar all together. I'm just going to leave this mixture off to the side while I put in my stirring mixer my dry ingredients, which is basically, I'm just going to put the all-purpose flour in my mixer. I'm using a stand mixer here. You can also, of course, do it all by hand, but that's much easier for me to do it in the stand mixer. I'm just going to add into all-purpose flour my amount of salt. As said, the recipe will be provided on my website, which is down below here. So I'll just add in the salt in, and I'm going to mix it. Okay guys, now after the mixture has been sitting for 2-3 minutes, it started to make bubbles, which is exactly what we want. And I also mixed my dry ingredients in the mixer, and I'm just gonna, on low speed, you don't want to have a flour shower in your kitchen. So you just want to gradually add this liquid to this dry ingredients here, and just gonna start kneading it on the mixer. I'm just gonna knead it for about 4 to 5 minutes on low speed. I'm just gonna gradually now start adding this liquid. Okay guys, so on low speed I'm just adding the liquid gradually. Okay guys, now after kneading the dough in the mixer on low speed for about 4 to 5 minutes, the dough is super sticky right now, but that's totally okay. You have to trust me on that, don't add more flour. We're just gonna add it after making this dough proof, so I'm just gonna take it out of the mixer now. Okay, so as you can see here, the dough is already sticking. I'm just going to use this spoon to get it out, and I'm just going to put it in a greased bowl right now to make it proof. So I'm just going to transfer this dough to this greased bowl without even touching it to make it proof. Then we're just going to add the more flour after proofing this. Okay guys, so here's our dough that I put also oil on top so it doesn't dry out. I'm just going to cover it in this towel and make it proof for about 1 hour. Okay guys, now as you can see, this dough has been proofing for about 1 hour, and the weather is hot now, so that's why it took minimal amounts of time to just rise. And I'm just going to deflate it, put flour on the table to start shaping the baguettes. Okay guys, so I'm just going to start putting flour. I'm just going to put a generous amount because as said, this recipe is really sticky. And I'm just going to add in this. As you can see, it has risen beautifully. Just like that. Take everything out. This is true deliciousness. I love this baguettes recipe. Okay, so now that it's out, as you can see here, we've got some flour that will help us and help actually the dough not stick. And you don't want to add too much so the dough doesn't get too dry. Okay, so just like that, I'm just going to start by cutting this into pieces. Just going to cut it into 4 baguettes. I'll try to make them all equal in size. Okay guys, now that I've cut them into 4 equal pieces, I'm just going to start shaping them. And as I said, I'm not kneading this dough again, I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just adding just a little bit of flour. Now the way to do it is just take the dough itself, just like that. Just have it spread, and I'll just do this. Just like that. Have it shaped like this. Super easy, that's all. These imperfections that you see here, that's the perfect dough. Okay, once again, just take the dough, spread it like that. Just have like this. That's the second one. I know these may not seem perfect looking, but trust me, that's the way to do it. At least that's the way I do it. So I'm just gonna continue by making these, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay guys, so this time I'm not using the special pan to bake these baguettes, and I'm just using a normal oven pan with a parchment paper on top. I'm just gonna put in some flour into this sifter and sift the flour on the parchment as well, and on the baguettes too. So I'm just gonna start putting the flour on here, then transfer the dough. Okay guys, now that I've added flour to this pan, I'm just gonna take each baguette. I know they're still sticky, but that's perfect. Just like that. Have it ready like so. You can still shape it now, like this. Take them all. I'm just gonna move them all and then get back. Okay guys, so in each oven pan you're just gonna have to put 3 only, so they don't stick to each other. But I'm just gonna leave this to another pan. But now before doing everything, I have here some flour that I'm just gonna sift on top of them, just like this. On top of each baguette. I'm not doing too much as I'm doing here. Okay, now, and after adding the flour, this is also optional. You can use a sharp paring knife to just make the classic slits on top of each baguette. Just like that. I'm just gonna let them also now rise one more time for about 20 minutes, then I'm gonna bake them. Okay, as you can see here guys, I've already made them. Now I'm just gonna, as said, put them off to the side for about 20 minutes to rise. Then I'm just gonna bake them in a 400-degree preheated oven for about 20 minutes. Okay guys, so I just took them out of the oven. That's how they look like. Okay guys, so I just took them out of the oven. They took about 30 minutes to bake on 400 degrees. That's how they look like right now. I hope you enjoyed watching this video.